188 tons. That's how heavy Germany's Maus tank was, the world's largest tank ever built, and they named it after something you set traps for in your kitchen. Welcome to the bunker. I'm Professor von Blunder, and today we're talking about the Panzerkampfwagen VIII Maus, a perfect symbol of Germany's delusional military engineering at the end of World War II. Picture this. You're losing the war. Resources are dwindling. The enemy is closing in from all sides. So naturally, you decide to build the biggest, heaviest, slowest tank in human history and name it after a rodent. Genius. Absolutely genius. Let me tell you how this masterpiece of stupidity came to be. So here's the setup. It's the 1940s, Germany is getting pummeled from every direction, and someone in the engineering department had a brilliant idea. Instead of building practical, mobile, effective tanks, why not build the world's largest armored fighting vehicle? In military engineering terms, that means they decided to ignore every lesson about mobility and practicality, strap on the biggest guns possible, and pray it would somehow win the war. The Maus weighed 188 tons. To put that in perspective, it still dwarfs almost all modern armored vehicles. Think of it like building a monster truck, except it's slower than a jogger, costs more than a small country's GDP, and actively wants to sink into the ground wherever it goes. Now, if you were losing a war, what would you build? Something fast? Something practical? Something that could actually cross a bridge without collapsing it? Nope. Germany went all in on impressive specs. Massive armor, huge cannons, absolutely zero regard for the fact that this metal whale couldn't move faster than walking speed. But here's my favorite part. The name. They called it the Maus. The Maus, the world's largest tank, named after one of the smallest mammals. It's ironic humor at its finest, or maybe just the engineering team's way of coping with the fact they were building a 188-ton paperweight. Either way, the Germans were committed to this delusion, and they actually built a functional prototype. Which brings us to the test. Private Timmy, front and center. Since the real Maus prototype is sitting in a Russian museum and probably never saw actual combat, we're going to recreate the experience right here in the bunker. Timmy, climb into this scale model. Yes, it weighs 400 pounds. Yes, it's still too heavy to move. That's the point. All right, Timmy, start the engine. Go ahead, try to drive it. Oh look, it's not moving. It's sinking into the concrete floor. In tactical terms, that means the weapon was so heavy it couldn't cross bridges, couldn't navigate roads, and turned every battlefield into quicksand. Test 1. Stuck in the bunker. Test 2. Timmy is trapped under 400 pounds of ironic German engineering. Test 3. I'm laughing too hard to help him. Here's what happened to the real Maus. Germany finished a functional prototype, complete with armament. There are persistent rumors it was used in battle against the advancing Soviets, but that's extremely unlikely. What is likely? The Soviets captured it, dragged it back to Russia, and put it in a museum as a trophy. A monument to German delusion. In practical terms, that means they spent a fortune building the world's largest tank. It killed exactly 0 enemies, and now it's a tourist attraction for the people who defeated them. Oh, and let's not forget, Germany spent half a century divided by the nations that won the war. But hey, no such thing as bad publicity, right? I'm looking at you, entire history of World War II. Timmy, stop whimpering. You're ruining the moment. Alright, let's pull up the stupidity meter. Money wasted? Astronomical. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because they actually finished a prototype, which is impressive in the worst way possible. Enemies killed? 0. 0 out of 10. It never saw combat and now decorates a Russian museum. Collateral damage to Timmy? 10 out of 10. He's still pinned under that scale model and I haven't moved it. Overall stupidity score, 9 out of 10. A masterpiece of delusional engineering. So here's my question for you. If you had unlimited resources in 1944, What ridiculous superweapon would you build and name after a tiny animal? Let me know in the comments. And someone please help Timmy. He's turning purple.